As you can see, one of my very favourite things are videos, and I've really got a really strong passion for music. And what's better than those two things separately, but joining the two together? So you've got music videos, and I've just dug out some of the more interesting ones, and let's take a look at them. This is a Deep Heat video from the late 80s, and what's funny, I think this really sort of dovetailed perfectly into like when you get things like Chaos Theory. I remember having a really cool double album called The Ultimate Rave, and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. But one thing I do love about these videos though is, I feel like sometimes when you watch music channels, nowadays, is you just get the same kind of stuff over and over again, and you know, there's like two artists that they just show. But you'll get stuff like this where 20 Seconds to Comply, Silver Bullet, and you know, like just sort of, you know, the real sort of Wee Papa Girl rappers and things like that. But that, and Bomb the Bass, amazing solo on that song there, Don't Make Me Wait. But you've got stuff like Jam It Jam by the She-Rockers, and Got to Get It Again and Again and Get to Got by Robin Raz featuring Layla K. And you never see, when was the last time you saw a Layla K song on TV? We got them, Deep Heat, that's pretty cool. This is a completely change of gear here. This is Frank Sinatra, Liza Minnelli and Sammy Davis Jr. But that kind of music, I always felt like it was a bit too good really for me, and I've always been into like kind of loads of different kinds of music, but I think I just saw this in a charity shop and just brought it on a whim. But there's some great stuff in here, but one of the best songs on here is Sammy Davis Jr. doing a version of Bad by Michael Jackson. I mean, that's just worth the price of admission alone there, isn't it? Maybe go for, just to say how the stupid music I like, this is a DVD single, remember those? Who does? This is Goldie Looking Chain, Guns Don't Kill People, Rappers Do. One DVD single that I wanted to show in this video, but I can't find it, is Your Mother's Got a Penis, which is obviously an amazing title. But one thing about Goldie Looking Chain, that doesn't get talking about things that don't get enough credit and things like that, is their very first album was called Greatest Hits. Tell you what, that's up there with the best of Richard Pryor and Peter Kay, isn't it? This is Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, or Will Smith as he's known, and Jeff Towns. Some amazing songs on here. This is one of the very first places where I saw I Want to Rock Like This, like, you know, great DJ work by Jazzy Jeff. I Think I Can Beat Mike Tyson, that's always good, and Summertime. Doesn't really get much better than that. Boom, shake the room, boom, boom, shake, shake the room, boom, shake, shake, shake the room, boom, shake, shake, shake the room, tick, 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 tick. Ooh, turn that VHS off. That's a good one. And these two videos, actually, these are two kinds of videos that I honestly don't think get nowhere near enough credit. Like I say, a bit like that Deep Heat video, the very tail end of the 80s leading into the 90s, I don't think camcorders were going like quite cheap or quite readily available, and like the tape form as well. But a lot of my favourite bands would go out on tour, and you would film everything, like, you know, even the really like quote unquote boring stuff, like, you know, sound checking and just being on the tour bus and stuff like that. But these, you know, like TheProdigy and Skid Row are two of my favourite bands, and these two videos alone have got some of my favourite ever moments in like film and music. And this has got a 3D, the tape's actually downstairs in the video, and I've lost the 3D glasses, which is and it's got some really bizarre weird pull time 3D in it, so I'll have to get that so I can watch Psycho Love in 3D. It's got 18 Live and stuff like that, and it's got Phil Anselmo falling over repeatedly, so that's always hilarious. He's comedy genius there. And this Prodigy video's got some great stuff on there, like Everybody in the Place and One Love. Their Law Live, which is really cool. That when they very first got Jim Davies from Pitch Shifter on guitar. And there's got an amazing moment in where, I think might be Leeroy Thornhill, where he's going, "The fly's back in town, man, the fly's back in town." And that's always pretty cool. But the Prodigy, yeah, Prodigy. And just to show I'm not completely stuck in the past with the good old VHS, here is a Slayer album called Repentless, and it's got an amazing Blu-ray disc on there, The Making of Repentless. So not easy for me to say, but But I thought I'd have to get this because I saw him at Donington with Metallica in like 1995 and stuff like that. And I know Slayer had been going through a lot of problems with, like, you know, when one of the guitarists passed away and stuff like that. But yeah, it's got a great live set on there. And Utah Saints always sampled the Slayer song. Never remember which one it is. We'll have to come up with that one. This is the one of my favourite bands. A lot of people would look at something like this and think, oh, Cinderella, hair metal. But to me, hair metal is like a badge of honour, where people think like, oh, the Alters is like permed hair and, you know, tight pants and fast guitar playing and all that. But to me, that is like the ultimate. And Cinderella are an amazing band. I can't believe I haven't seen them live, but Somebody Save Me and Nobody's Fool, I'm no fool. And if that's where Avril Lavigne got the idea for that song from, probably. And Push Push, but yeah, and some sexy 80s ladies. And that's just the band. What? And again, just showing that I'm not just into one kind of music. This is New Kids on the Block, Hanging Tough. But this is another one of those bands as well where I'm so glad it's almost like a very mild superpower. But I think I'm one of the few people that can listen to loads of different kinds of music. Like, I can literally listen to like pop music or orchestral music and things like that. But there's some songs on here that are just so good, like, you know, The Right Stuff and The Right Stuff. And what's great about that though, because a lot of people might think, oh, you only into old stuff. Well, take that back, because here, just proving I'm not a fair weather New Kids on the Block fan, I got New Kids on the Block's last album, and look at this, proving my theory that nobody in bands goes bald. They're all the New Kids on the Block there, all with hair and everything. So, and the video on this where they're all getting like Avengers Assemble on the cell phones and that, so that's pretty cool. New Kids on the Block. And I've got a guy to thank on a painting and decorating course I was on. When I very first started getting into heavy metal and rock, he recommended a band for me called Thunder, and literally this was like the gods aligning, because when I first started to get into Thunder, the album Laughing on Judgment Day came out, and the song Low Life in High Places was on MTV all the time, and when MTV played British rock bands. And they played a gig in Hanley, Stoke-on-Trent. So it was like, I went to see that gig, Screaming Jets with a support band. Who don't like a bit of thunder, eh? Thunder. And again, just let's go completely the opposite direction. And this sounds like a cop-out, but this isn't true. This is true. I love a bit of Britney Spears, who doesn't? But I'm pretty sure this video isn't mine. I think it's Gazzy's, I think he lent it me. But, full disclosure, I have bought the first two Britney Spears albums, and they're great. Stronger on here. That's a great song. Thank You and Goodbye is the last track. How about that, eh? Now, that's a video I'm not sure if I played. This video has been played and played and played. That painting and decorating course I said was on, I brought this video at the time, and I remember taking it into the painting and decorating course. We had a TV and video there for some reason. I remember putting it on one day in the break room, and this video still works to this day, gets a lot of play. Some amazing songs on here. One song that's on here that's really, really cool is Give It Up. It's got this amazing crush. You gotta give it up, baby. But what's amazing about this, ZZ Top had made a song for ages, and about 2 or 3 years ago, he came back. He did an amazing song, dead similar to like all this kind of style with, you know, the leggy women on and the cool 50s muscle cars and stuff like that. I've only ever seen it on the internet, not got played on Kerrang, not got played on Scuzz. We'll be ashamed of themselves. Talking about hair metal, and a bit like the Britney Spears video, I'm almost a little bit embarrassed to say I've never played this video, Tiger Tails. And that's one great thing about a lot of hair metal bands. They've always got those really cool names like Cinderella or Hansel. They've got them names that just seem to flow really well and, like, you know, sort of just resonate really well. But yeah, can't be saying much about that because I haven't seen it. Oh, now we're talking. And now that's what I call music 12.
Now now 12, featuring Sabrina and the #1 from the Time Lords.
Like, look at this for a lineup on this album. You've got Doctor and the Time Lords, which is basically the KLF. Every Day is Like Sunday, Morrissey. Can I Play With That Madness by Iron Maiden. And Scritty Politti, Oh Patty, Don't Feel Sorry for Loverboy. Glenn Medeiros, Nothing's Gonna Change My Love For You. I mean, you know, how cool is that? That's a you know, now that's why I call music 12. This is a DVD single, Eric Pride's Call On Me. Apparently, Stevie Winwood re-recorded the vocal, but there's two things about this song that I really love, is that A, it never gets boring. I can listen to the song on a loop, I think, for about 5 hours and it never ever gets boring. But the very first time I heard it was on, I wasn't like MTV, I don't think. It might have been MTV. And he played white labels, like literally just playing the white label. And I was like, what is this? What's going on? But it's like, Call On Me, great video too. But yeah, again, back to the good old 80s. This is Smash Hits, 1989. I was just having a quick look at the track listing on this earlier on, and it's got Hue and Cry. I think I got this because I've got a sister named Linda, and she was saying like, well, I don't think there's any songs with my name in the title. And I always remember, never stop looking for Linda, looking out for Linda. I don't know why I started singing on videos, but I think that's why I got that video anyway. Yeah, I've left the DVDs piling up here, so let's go through a few of the DVDs. Can you believe this? Talking about rock music and Stoke-on-Trent. But Stoke-on-Trent's very own Saul Hudson, his uncle lives up Tunstall. That's it. Say that 5 times in a row real fast. His uncle lives up Tunstall. His uncle lives up Tunstall. But this has got some great songs on here. And my favourite song on here is written by Lemmy, also from Stoke-on-Trent. It's called Dr. Alibi, and the bass player Todd Kearns sings the vocal. And one of my favourite things in any rock music video, any rock album ever, is where he says, "Come on, Stoke-on-Trent!" And that's like, don't get much better than that. Now this video has had some, remember those videos? This DVD's had some proper hammer when I've been boozing, get all nostalgic, bit of Peter Satira. But there's something I can always tell a DVD when I've been watching it when I'm drunk, is it's got stuff like this in there. It's a right pie wrapper for a piece of a pie. Tell you what, there's a good night in. A right pie with a layer of peas in there. Tell you what, so we eat here. And dovetailing perfectly into Chicago, we've got The Heart of Chicago, 1982 to 1991. All the music videos are really good. They've got Chicago acting in it, and it's really good because it starts off with Peter Satira, and then it's when they got the new guy in, and I can never remember the new guy's name, but he's pretty good. I remember as well watching this at my old house just before we moved to watch this in Condor Man. It's good times, eh? Oh, what's funny? This is good for about 3 main reasons. This is War of the Worlds, The Next Generation. But I went to see War of the Worlds, and I went to see the really respectable version when they got like most of the original people from the album, like Justin Hayward and stuff like that. So I went to see this version, but cue the obligatory Jeff Love story for this video. But when I was growing up, one of my favourite artists was Jeff Love. He had an orchestra, he did all these favourites of classic songs. But I've always loved the bass lines on those songs. I remember thinking for years and years and years, wonder whose bass player was, Found out it was Herbie Flowers who played on this tour. So I was like this far away from Herbie Flowers, and because I had the DVD of the original version of this, I remember seeing the understudy for like Justin Hayward, and I saw him once on The Right Stuff. I was like, where do I recognise that guy from? And it was like, I'm recognising an understudy from War of the Worlds here. But yeah, War of the Worlds, I wish I could see that version now, because I don't like going to see the respectable version of stuff. But here's Van Halen Video Hits Volume 1. I know Van Halen are respectable, but again, I could have bought the CD version or the tape version of this. But why? When you've got the video version, you've got the DVD version, and this DVD version, can you believe, includes videos by David Lee Roth Sammy Eagle and Gary Chiro. Tell you what, people say what you want about Gary Chiro, but he's alright, and saved the best till last. A bit like with the Britney video. Fully admit to buying this if I brought it, but I lent this off one of my sister's numerous boyfriends years ago. God knows when it was. It must have been decades ago. But Paul, if you want this video back, you can, you know, perfectly entitled to it. It's in a pretty good condition. I'm sure. Which songs have really wore out on here? Oh, open your heart to me. That song has been played to death. So if you play that, Paul, on your video and it goes a bit quiet, don't worry about it. Hope you've enjoyed that, and keep it locked.